Right, that's fine. It's alright. We're here to talk about a subject anyways. So I'm gonna play my file 3 why that works. Let's see. Can't take Eris out. But I had to have a strong warrior character. So I'm gonna replace Tifa. Well, no, Tifa needs to be in this one because Tifa is gonna be one of the reasons why the discussion ends up being what it is. I need to turn the TV all the way up. And this one's actually going to be a free chat. I'm going to let anyone in, so even trolls are included as well. This is actually not a private stream. Because, I mean, this is a popular topic. You know. And I've been wanting to talk about this, but, you know, I couldn't been able to talk about this for a long time due to the fact of me being under fire. So, I'm gonna go hurry up and get to the Temple of Ancients. That's where I'm gonna be doing this. But to make this longer, I'm actually gonna train my characters all the way up. So, due to the fact of me being under fire. So now, since I'm not under fire anymore, we could actually talk about this, and I think this is gonna be a perfect topic to talk about. Since the remake's gonna come out like next year. This is going to be a perfect topic. I'll keep God modding mode while I'm training. You know, because I'm going to be doing nothing but grinding. Do I got the keystone though? I'll go check my items until people get into the... No, I don't got the keystone. Oh well. But anyways, you know... I think this is going to be a perfect topic because, I mean, this is a very popular topic. And I think, you know, I should probably get some people on the PSN chat. Let me see if I can get some people that are on here to our chat. You know. Let's see, ooh, I didn't even know she even had one. Okay. Oh, he probably liked that. He probably liked this kind of subject. I guess that's all I can invite right now. I just added some people on the chat thing. I mean, this is a good subject, to be quite honest. I've been wanting to talk about, why political correctness could ruin the Final Fantasy VII Remake. To start off, Final Fantasy VII talks about issues that no one would ever touch. Now, it's not as dark, okay, I admit, it is not as dark as Type 0. But, you know... or dark as 15, but they're not afraid to come out and make statements. That's what I like about Final Fantasy VII. It was its own original game, kinda. It followed the stereotype of every single Final Fantasy being older Final Fantasy being turn-based, but it wasn't afraid to say what it said, you know? I mean, for goodness sakes, when you had to save Tifa, you had to fight a sex trafficker to save Tifa. You know? You had to actually face a sex trafficker. You know, in the game. If they don't say too much, nothing else did. That's what I like about Final Fantasy VII. It was more than just an adventure game. It was more. You know? In fact, they even use the same stereotype of pushing issues that people don't want to talk about in future Final Fantasies. In fact, you could say Final Fantasy 15 was influenced by 7 by putting subjects in there that people might take offense to. And let's be quite honest, we live in a day and age where people take offenses to a lot of stuff. And I think it's time to get that. Out in the way and just say what we think. Final Fantasy VII Remake could be only ruined by political correctness. Final Fantasy VII is never going to be politically correct. We even got a scene of Tifa calling Barret a retard when you climb the stairs. You know, I mean, Final Fantasy VII is never going to be politically correct. It's just one of those games that isn't afraid to say what it says. It's not afraid to be controversial. It's not afraid to say, you know, what it has to say through the whole game. And I should know this because Final Fantasy VII is my favorite Final Fantasy of all time. You know, everybody knows this. Everybody who follows my channel should know this. This is the first Final Fantasy game I've ever been introduced to in my life. I played this more than any other Final Fantasy game my whole life. I even played the compilation a bunch of times. You know, Crisis Core, Dirge of Cerberus. I even watched Advent Children several times in my life. You know. So, I know enough about Final Fantasy VII's lore that there ain't going to be anything that you can really hold back in Final Fantasy. Because if you do that in the remake, it's going to mess up the remake. It's going to mess up the remake. Even small changes like shrinking Tifa's boobs. I mean, let's be quite honest. Even though Tifa's an awesome, badass character, you know Nomura and Katarse designed Tifa certain ways. Come on, man. In the original, now she didn't have her chest out, you know, she just had the wife beater, but you could see them boobies. Look at that pixel right there. And this is the PC version, mind you. You know, if you shrink Tifa's boobs, you know, even though that's not her entire character, and that isn't her entire character, but, you know, she was made fan service-like. She was invented fan service-like. That's like taking Aerith's gravity-defying bangs away from her. That's like taking Cloud's Buster Sword away. You're taking iconic imagery, you know? And Tifa's breast, even though it's a small thing, it is an iconic piece to the game. It is an iconic piece to the game, you know? It's an iconic piece to the game, you know? You know, Tifa's boobies are iconic. Even though it sounds stupid, and I know everyone's gonna laugh, and I know we're gonna get immature about this, but, you know, let's be quite honest. Tifa's breasts are iconic. They're part of the iconicness. You know, there's always several different things a character is known by. Even the small stuff like hairstyle, clothing choices, the way they're designed, like how Cloud's gonna always have blonde spiky hair. Same thing with how Tifa's gonna have big breasts, because that makes her iconic. I mean, that's one of the iconic looks that she has. You know, that's another reason why it can't be politically correct. You know, not to mention, let's be quite honest, Barrett Wallace is a black stereotype. I'm sorry, but the gloves are coming off in this stream. But, you know, the gloves are coming off. I'm gonna say what I think. You know, the gloves are off, and you can say it too. I mean, I want to talk to my followers about this, because I think this is, okay, let's be honest, we don't agree on every single thing. But we do agree. You know, I'm not gonna read that one, but, you know, we could agree on one thing. Final Fantasy VII would only be hurt by political correctness. If they change things to appeal to social justice warriors, it would only hurt Final Fantasy VII Remake. We could all agree to that. You know, we could all agree to that. It killed the iconicness of what Final Fantasy VII is, because it was not just a adventure game. It was also a game that said what it should have said. You know, that there's a lot more wrong with the world, and there is. You know, if you paid attention to the lore of Final Fantasy VII, there's a lot wrong with the world. There's a whole lot wrong with the world. And if you try to censor and be politically correct because how big this game's going to be, then you're going to really hurt the game. It's not going to be the same thing. As a matter of fact, you know, I could put up with episodic content. I'll be honest, I could put up with episodic content as long as they don't try to censor things. You know? And Tifa's breasts are actually a big controversial staple of, you know.
Hi, buddy boy.
What's up? You know, a very controversial topic to gaming in general. But I don't think it's going to do any good to censor things in the game because, well, let's be quite honest. You know, you had Final Fantasy VII's issues dealt from end of the world, corporate greed, people are shit, from a whole lot of topics. You know, a whole lot. You know, not even the smallest part of Final Fantasy VII. Like
Tifa has huge boobs.
Like when you go to see Lucretia Crescent. If you didn't know this from not playing Dirge servers or not understand the lore, Lucretia Crescent tried to commit suicide because of all the stuff that happened to her and Vincent, you know, which is a harsh topic, and Final Fantasy VII is not a stranger of putting harsh topics, because that's what made the game what it is. From Cloud's Cross,
that's edgy.
You know. Final Fantasy VII is an edgy game. It's an edgy game, bro. It is an edgy game. You know? It started the edginess of Final Fantasy. 15 wouldn't get its darkness without 7 being around. Because 7, well, actually 6 actually started the whole darkness thing. But, you know, Final Fantasy VII is an edgy game. You know, it has edgy topics that nobody wants to talk about. And the remake, if you try to censor it, it's just going to not be the same thing. It's going to be something entirely different. And, you know, that's why I wanted to make the stream. Since I'm off of, since I'm out of trouble off YouTube, since I'm out of trouble on YouTube, I could talk about this. I could actually talk about this subject and not get demonetized or anything. You know, even if SJWs come in the stream and start reporting the stream for disagreeing with them putting political correctness in the game, because I think political correctness could only hurt Final Fantasy VII. It could only hurt it.
What trouble were you in with YouTube?
The whole, you know, the whole thing with me and my ex and all that bullshit. But since we're over that right there, you know, I could finally go ahead and talk about a subject that I've been holding back because YouTube was trying to put, you know, YouTube was trying to put me in YouTube jail. But now I'm out. I'm out of YouTube jail, so it don't matter. I'm out of YouTube jail, so I could talk about this freely. I could talk about a controversial topic without even being kicked out or banned. You know, and yeah, please don't say the N-word. Thank you, Candace, for removing some comments in the chat. I said we could be controversial, but I didn't say we should be saying the N-word, you know. I'm just saying, you know. I've already said, I even got my bots that will ban you for saying, you know, that word. You know, I just said that. This is why I don't like to do a bunch of donation stuff, because then people can get around with saying whatever they want. But I would just ignore them and let's get back to the topic. You know, it put a lot. Even put biblical mythology and other mythologies in this game. That, like, and this is in the 90s. In the 90s, religious folks used to be the SJW types, you know, the soccer moms. Back in the 90s, you know. And I know this because I'm an old...
donate to say that they just said it.
You know.
I love mythology.
Mythology is an interesting topic. I like it too.
KFC
I like it.
Watermelon, KFC watermelon, KFC watermelon,
Yeah, no.
KFC watermelon, KFC watermelon, KFC watermelon, KFC watermelon,
Get that ass
watermelon,
banned.
KFC watermelon, KFCW.
Get that ass banned. We're not doing that. We're not doing that today. I'm just gonna cut you off right there. Matter of fact, my
mom was an atheist soccer mom.
I didn't know even they come with atheist soccer moms, huh? I guess anything, you know, was. But back in the 90s, there used to be the uber religious soccer moms that got fitted for anything that was kind of what they call anti-religious, you know, such as Marilyn Manson's music, some movies, Pokemon, you name it. You know, I don't know if you heard about the 700 Club, but they were like big in the 90s, you know. I know, because I'm an old head, okay, I'm an old kid, you know. I was, my whole childhood was in the 90s, so I know some of this stuff already. But yeah. Okay, where am I supposed to go? Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to go to the Golden Corral. That's what I'm gonna call it. Instead of Gold Saucer, it's Golden Corral. Of course, Golden Corral is nasty as shit.
Dang the 700 Club.
Oh, they're the worst. They're just the worst. But you get the point. That was back in the 90s. I mean, they're still around, but they're not as relevant as the social justice warriors, which are the, you know, the social justice warrior of these college kids who are extreme leftists, the extreme part of the Democrat
Mine
Party.
was in the 1890 SLUL.
You know, well, I believe that. I believe that. But you see how things changed? It's really funny how things change. Everything that we once believed isn't the same. You know. Okay, I need to go to the warrior skill. So I gotta go to battle. We'll take that off. I just wanted to get there, so... Oh, I do got the keystone. Never mind. I thought I didn't get the keystone. Did I save it? I guess I must have saved it. Oh, I did. Really? So I just spent 3,000 gil for nothing. For nothing. Although this would be the perfect time to get Omni Slash. But I had to put God modding mode if I do that. Oh, we don't have GP. I'm not doing no chocobo races to get GP. Fuck that. I'll get it a little bit later. Well, I'm at level 99. But yeah. It's funny how things change. Like, everything has changed. The game has changed. See, people don't understand. It's not the players that change. It's the game. The entire game. What up? What up? What you doing? What's up, man? Haven't seen you for 3 days.
I know.
Been gone for 3 days.
Yeah. My girlfriend lives in Lawrence, remember?
Yeah, that's true. That's where you've been. I bet your Lawrence is boring.
Lawrence. Just go to see her, really.
Mm-hmm.
Playing Fantasy VII.
Yeah, because I'm discussing the remake on stream. I might as well have some of my discussions on stream since everybody's doing that.
Where's the chat box?
I'm on text-to-speech, but I can see it through my phone.
How many views you got?
I get a lot more views if I keep text-to-speech, but...
How many people are in the room?
5 right now.
5.
Uh-huh.
What's up, 5 people? How you living? David C8, JK Trey, Intool, also Graville Venata King Kawaki, and Cadence Josh. What's up?
Yeah, with the Kiwi thing, I just call him Kiwi, and it's cool because, I mean, I'm not gonna say the whole thing, obviously.
Yeah.
But let me get to the chat.
Sean Chanel's coming to Comic Con.
I know, I'm so psyched for that. So is Chris Sabat.
Yeah, I'm sorry for that too.
Exactly. I hope their autographs don't cost that much because I want both of them. You know, I want both of them. You know what? I don't care. I'm gonna go ahead and put God modding mode. I'm not trying to go through all that right
Josh.
now.
What do you think?
Candace Josh, you got her name wrong. It's Candace.
Candace Josh.
Yeah.
Candace Gosh.
Yeah.
Who's Candace? Do you know Candace?
Yeah. She's a good follower of my streams. She's actually a mod.
What's up?
Yeah, I don't care. I'm putting it on God modding mode. I'm not trying to go through all this.
What's up, people? In the video game world.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. I also bought more monsters for the house, so...
I'm trying to stay away from the
Yeah.
because of sugar. Just been trying to drink water. But I hear you. Maybe on a Friday I'll have one, but other than that, it's just tea and water.
Yeah, I get you.
Lose some pounds so I can fit in my pants.
Alright. Yeah, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and go through all this. I'm not trying to deal with it. Okay, back to the whole discussion about the remake and why political correctness would hurt the remake. So I'm interested in some comments on why you think political correctness would hurt the remake. Okay, I never liked this part because then it gets hard to... Oh, finally got to there. Yeah, rocket punch, rocket punch. But yeah, Final Fantasy VII was never intended to be politically correct. It kind of took on 6's route, because 6 was kind of a messed up game as well. Even though I haven't got through 6, I've only watched you know, someone on YouTube get through 6, because 6 is pretty hard because it still has the different system than this. Each you know, older Final Fantasies have different styles. Like the Super NES era Final Fantasy has a different kind of style than this does. Of course, I'm using the PC version of Final Fantasy VII, so I can use God modding mode and bypass things. But I do want to make the stream as long as possible because, you know, until 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock I have to go pick up Teeler, so, you know. But I hate using that mode, I'm not gonna lie, I really do. If I was just playing this off stream, I wouldn't be using it, to be quite honest. But yeah, a lot happens in Final Fantasy VII, a whole lot of stuff, you know. Not to mention, I'm trying to think of what else. I'm trying to think of what else was politically incorrect about Final Fantasy VII. Oh yeah, spousal abuse. If you didn't remember, Sid Highwing emotionally abuses Shara because Shara's the reason why he can never fly into space. Which is a very sensitive topic, really sensitive topic, and if they cut that out, then fans are going to notice that stuff. Fans are going to notice that shit. They're going to be the first ones to know. Especially me, being the huge fan as I am. Now, I'm not claiming I'm the best Final Fantasy VII fan, because there's some things I get wrong, but, you know, I'm a fan enough that I will notice if there's a change. I will notice if something's in the game that shouldn't be. You know. And then in fact, Sephiroth's trying to destroy the world using the Mako, the Black Materia. So we got the Apocalypse too. We also got pretty much the beginning of what Armageddon's supposed to be like, kind of thing, where a giant ass meteor hits the world and destroys the entire world. Which is, again, very dark topic. Final Fantasy games are supposed to be dark. And it would take the darkness away if we got Final Fantasy games that are too politically correct. Now, I gotta say, 15 did political correctness well because what 15 has done is made a town where it's run by females. But that's all they did. It didn't change the plot of the game or the story, you know. It just, you know, it was actually, you know, already established before, and, you know, it made it, that, you know, I don't mind if it's established before, but if things get changed just to please one group, you know, then I have a problem. I'm going to go ahead and save here, even though I can't go back out if I do. You know. Is there anything I could buy? Because I do need to buy me some stone things, you know, to keep me from going stone. Yeah, this is only one of my files. Yeah, I have so many files. You want to see it? That's one of my other files. That's my very first file. Yeah, you get a bunch of files on the PS4 version. How do I manually move it? And I'm gonna go ahead and proceed. I think that you're supposed to go in there anyways. Oh shit, damn it. Nope. Alright, yeah, we need to have... Because I know these monsters will do something. No, it's not them. Yeah, we'll just have to bypass most of this. We'll just do E for it. What says Ifrit's actually unexpectedly weak in Final Fantasy VII, but in 15 it's like one of the strongest summons. It's really weird. Oh shit! See, that's why I had to put this on God modding mode. It's the fact what these things can do. Alright, Trine. I'm gonna have to use Trine. Alright, I gotta waste the Phoenix down. I'm mad about that. Alright, and... well... oh, that's where you get the nail bat, though. What?! You have to start over?! Holy shit! What?! Oh, that's disappointing. Wow. Straight ball kicker. Okay, I gotta not fall off, but I did get the nail bat. I hate those things. Shit! You see how much life that thing took? Alright, Trine. We're gonna hit it with Trine. Keep sealing the evil. I'm gonna hit with Trine again. Okay, I'm gonna move it by myself. Speed up time.
Dude, what's up?
What's up? What's up, Stu? I think that's what you... go back time, okay. Alright, I'm not gonna proceed right now because that's gonna knock me off. Well, it looks like I really don't need no god modding mode because I got trying ability. Actually, never mind, I do. I remember
You're
how
the only good stream left on Twitch now that Poop Butt is taking a break.
he'll come back. Oh, I can't. Never mind. Okay. I only go back. Okay, I see. Is that a mouth? Bro, that's creepy. Okay, yeah, I had to go follow him.
How are you doing, Turk?
I'm
Are
doing
things
good.
going well?
I'm going. Things are going well. Rest. Save. I'm gonna go ahead and save, so you might get that one PlayStation screen off. But I think I should do more streaming because people seem to do more streams than upload on YouTube. Let's see, do I got anything to keep myself from going stone?
Yeah,
Okay.
streaming is way better. I don't watch YouTube.
Oh, I never knew that. Well, the way YouTube's going, I can't see why people would watch YouTube anymore. I mean, with all the stuff they got going on, you know. Ooh. Alright. We'll put lightning. Time's good too. Yeah, we're just gonna have to go through this. Of course, again, the dragon's not that bad. I could beat the dragon anytime. But I know the demon wall is strong in this level because it's the final boss of this level. I kind of want to read some of what Sephiroth's saying, so I'm taking it off those modes. But yeah, I think that if they put political correctness stuff in the remake, I think it's gonna hurt it really badly. That's the way I see it. I think the remake should not be changed to be politically correct. Then not only that, they have Cloud being possessed. They have Cloud being possessed by Sephiroth. You know, so they
PC
have
warriors ruin everything.
Well, yeah, they do. Well, they do because they take the smallest little things and blow it up out of proportion when it's not supposed to. You gotta really think objectively instead of subjectively, and that's the problem. They think subjectively. You gotta think objectively. You know, the message behind why they do stuff. Like if they give Tifa big breasts, it's because she's iconic looking with big breasts. That's just an iconic look for her, you know. Everybody remembers that version of Tifa, and you know, if they put mosquito bites, no offense to people who do have mosquito bite ones, you know, it would kind of mess it up. Or if they made Tifa too chubby, you know. Yeah, Tifa's curvy, but not, you know. And I think with the PC Warriors, they want to change all of that. Yet, you know, they had...
How do you feel about how racist the Japanese are?
I'm not too happy about how they're about that. I know they are. It's actually in some of their anime I've seen so far that they kind of take it too far. But I think, and my sister told me this because she works with Asian people. My sister works at a sushi place with Asian people. Most Asians are racist against black people.
Oh
most.
wow, hi Candace.
You know, I think most Asians are actually racist against black people because they want to be white. That's what's really going on.
Like they don't like white people? Very racist, to be honest.
You know, no, they like white people. They don't like black people that much. They want to be They want to be white.
Asians have type, you know what?
Yeah, I think that's part of the problem, though. You know, the population in Japan's dying off, by the way. I don't know if you know about that.
Yeah, I am going to Japan soon. They also don't like fat people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they don't. They believe in a perfect society. That's what that's supposed to be. It's supposed to be they want to have a perfect society. That's why they get people. That's why everybody has to go to college and become someone big, or they'll get disowned by their family, which is bad because then it increases suicide rate. You know, it makes you appreciate what you have here. You know, but
what
I guess
about gold people? You be see most of the people in Japan F4 apt to cartoons.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's what's going on
now. So you're saying they basically Nazis?
Well, their culture is different. They have a different style of doing shit. And I can't get mad because it is their stuff, you know. I mean, it is in their country. Just like we got things that they don't like what we do, you know. It's just, culture is something that's very confusing and hard to talk about because not everybody's on the same page when it comes to culture. You know. It's like someone with one political party talking to another person with a different political party. It's just never going to end up in a peaceful agreement thing.
I've heard they are bad at driving. Is that true?
I think that's a stereotype, but you know, I'm gonna just put it there. You know, I'm gonna chalk it up to me seeing them do that before saying anything, just so I don't come off as a dick. I said this is going to be a controversial stream, but even then, I really got to be careful. Because even Twitch is going to family-friendly stuff, too. Which, I wish people quit doing that. Twitch isn't supposed to be family-friendly. I don't think I remember Twitch being you know. Alright. I'm just going to have to deal with it, what I got. What? Demon Wall cannot actually... Oh, shit. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna have to just stick to God modding mode, cause you know, trying. We're gonna have to try trying.
I like family friendly. I don't like bad words.
Oh, true, but I'm just saying, you know, it does put a damper on everything because then everything's a restricted topic if you really think about it, you know. You can't talk about anything. You gotta be politically correct. That's the problem. You know, it's almost, I mean, it's not as bad as Twitter. Twitter I think is worse. I think Twitter's a lot worse with that, you know. You offend somebody, you can actually get your Twitter disabled. Well, not disabled, but you can get banned off Twitter. I've actually been on Twitter jail before. Just because I wanted to have an open dialogue with somebody, you know. They
Is
wouldn't
it
do,
true that Asian guys have a small packer?
you know. I just think that at some point, you know, you gotta understand censorship don't work with every single thing, you know. People ain't gonna like every single censorship thing. They're not gonna like every idea, you know. And this is a guy who has a hard time. Oh shit. Alright, we're gonna have to just do that. Alright, let me see if I can get... Shit. That's why I did the... There's gotta be some item that protects me from stone. I wonder if I can get... I wonder if that
I
guy's...
love the cars they make in Japan.
Oh, they got amazing cars. They really do got amazing cars. There's gotta be some item I can buy to keep my... No, there's no item store? Oh, that's fucking stupid. I suppose we can grind and overpower by that. I think let's go in here. I think there's more monsters here.
Bad word.
You know. I mean, I'm just getting tired of it. At some point, you know, you gotta be able to have open discussion about things, even if it's stuff that you don't agree with. And this guy, this is coming from a dude who has a hard time taking constructive criticism. Okay, I have a hard time taking constructive criticism, but you gotta take it for what it is. You know, Final Fantasy VII, you know, talks about it has harsh topics, edgy topics that not everybody wants to talk about, you know, like sex trafficking, corporate greed, the end of the world, people are you know, why people do bad things, you know, the cycle of life and death, where people actually become the planet's energy. It talks about stuff that not everybody's comfortable talking about, and that's why I think it'd be bad if they put political correctness in the remake.
Dang edgy stuff.
You know, exactly. Final Fantasy VII is one of the most edgiest titles of the games, and that's where all the edginess comes from. You know, because they got it from Final Fantasy VI, because Final Fantasy VI started that trend, and you know what? People liked it. People actually liked talking about subjects that in the game that no other game would ever touch. And that's what I like about it. I'll be honest, Japan did good when they came up with Final Fantasy stuff. When they came up with Final Fantasy 6 and 7, you know, and so on, you know. But it touched on topics that not everyone feels comfortable with, and it would just ruin the game if they, you know, took it out of the game just because someone got triggered. You know. Now, there's always gonna be people that are offended at everything. Let's be in the real. There's gonna be people that are offended by everything.
FF
you know.
Tactics is best Final Fantasy.
I think it's a good one. I think it's a good one for sure. You know, but you know, I still gotta disagree and say 7 was the best. But that's just my opinion, okay? That's just
Mario is pretty edgy also.
You know. So you know, it's just. And there's even small ridiculous things that I gotta talk about from the Final Fantasy VII series that people just want to get rid of, like Tifa's breast size. It's like, I know it's a ridiculous topic, but I don't see how a woman with big boobies offend you.
Mario is way too edgy for me, to be honest.
So it's like, I don't understand why that's such a big deal. First of all, it's iconic to the character. Second of all, their breast. The only people who want that out of the games are people who pretty much can't get anything. At least the social justice warrior white knights can't get anything. They can't get any. You know, that's what that is. So they want it out of the game. And, you know, it's like, at some point, I get that female representation for a character is very important, but not everything's going to be realistic. All the guys in video games have big muscles and have six-packs and giant biceps, you know, that you'll never be able to get in real life. You don't see none of us guys go protest a game. We don't go protest God of War because Kratos have big biceps and a six-pack. No. Because why? It's supposed to be like that. It's fantasy. It's pure fantasy, you know? It's not supposed to be realistic. If a video game's realistic, too realistic, then it's going to end up bad. Unless they actually play off of Life is Strange. But even Life is Strange, realistic...
You are close to the Turk.
You know? I'm just saying that, you know, it's not supposed to be realistic. That's not the that's where people need to have objective thinking. Instead of saying, oh, this person don't have my body type, I feel bad about myself. You want to change your body type? It's called go to a gym and work out. Eat healthier. End of story. That's it. But you gotta have an objective thinking and realize video games are what they
FF7 girls have triangle boobies.
You know, well, yeah, because they're using polygon models, but, you know, they're mad about Tifa's boobies. They're like, even when Dissidia Duodecim came out, the SJWs went ape about the size of Tifa's, you know, sweater kittens or FYI boobs. And it's like, come on, man. Really? That's the thing you get mad at? That's the thing you choose to get pissed off at? That's the thing you choose to get mad at? You get mad at everything else. I don't see anyone being offended at Sephiroth's six-pack and muscles. I don't see anyone offended at Barrett's giant biceps that you're never going to get unless you train for years. You know? But you get mad at girls having... you know, nice figures? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, that's the thing to get mad at, but that's why I wanted to talk about this on stream. This is why I wanted to talk about this, because I think it has to be addressed, and since I'm out of, Twitch and YouTube jail, anything goes at this point. You know, since I'm out of Twitch and YouTube jail, anything goes.
As a balding man, I hate all the characters with full heads of hair.
And that's the problem, you know. That's a problem. It's not supposed to be, you know, realistic. You know. You know, I'm just, you know, at some point there's got to be people got to understand things. There's such thing as context, you know. Nobody in this world means to be racist, sexist, and bigoted. Not everyone thinks like that. You know, people are wanting to make this. You see this? Paper, money. People want the dollar bills. People want the credit cards. They're not trying their best to be, you know, messed up. And until we get over this whole, you know, society thing where, oh, everything is offensive to me. I mean, could you honestly live being offended all the time? I mean, imagine you walk outside the door. You see a man who looked like Jason Momoa, has tall, and has a six-pack. But you're mad because you can't be like that. And, you know, you hurt yourself trying to be something you're never going to be. You know. No, I am offended as Aquaman just because he don't look nothing like Aquaman. But that's about that. It's because he don't look like the character. But that's of a different topic. But, you know, I'm just saying, you know, I can't imagine how these people live. I can't imagine just being, you know, closed in and being so pampered that everything offends them. And they're afraid to go outside the world because everything's offensive to them. It's like, at some point, you gotta have to get over some stuff and build some backbone. Now, if there's people that are really messed up and that are bigoted, troll, racist people, there's this beautiful thing called the block button and walk away from the conversation. You know, and in fact, I kind of want to know who is what, because then I'll know who to stay away from, you know. I actually would love to know who's who. That way I don't have nothing to do with them, but and I'm not trying to get political. I'm just saying that Final Fantasy VII Remake can only be ruined by political correctness. It can only be crap with political correctness. If political correctness gets in the game...
I'm all of those things.
You know... I'm saying it can only end up bad. Because real fans are going to notice that. Real fans are going to notice that stuff. They're going to really notice everything. It's not going to be... You're not going to be able to screen... You're not going to be able to spray some Mr. Clean and wipe this mess out. We're talking about a big mess. We're talking about... Let's put it away. Taco Bell boo-boo all over the whole room. You're not going to be able to get no Mr. Clean and fix it. You're not going to get no Mr. You're not going to be able to get a whole Mr. Clean and fix this mess. If Final Fantasy VII's altered or changed, even just for the smallest things, people are going to notice. Everybody who gets the game is going to be disappointed because they'll notice. They'll notice. I mean, look what Hajime Tabata did to Final Fantasy 15. You know, he changed it from Tetsuya Nomura's vision to fully westernize it and try to make it about the West, and it didn't end up getting barely any sales. As a matter of fact, Final Fantasy 15 only got a 7. It didn't get Game of the Year. It didn't get Game of the Year, unfortunately, you know, and that's because Tabata made too many changes to an already established franchise. You know, like just stuff like story cuts, DLCs we don't want. Like, you know what DLCs I'm talking about, like the Assassin's Creed Festival. Let's be honest, we didn't need that. Assassin's Creed and Final Fantasies should be separate because they're separate franchises. They're not supposed to be in the same game. Now, if you want to put a costume on to look like Ezio, that's different because costumes are pretty much free game. I mean, they have, in the Naruto games, they actually have Naruto wear Goku's outfit as a DLC costume, but a costume's objectively different. But to make Final Fantasy characters play like Assassin's Creed characters, I don't see how that's going to be any good. I don't see how that's going to really help the franchise. But I'm just saying, if they change something like that in the remake, or they do something ridiculous, I mean, I think the most thing we gotta be very scared of is political correctness being in Final Fantasy VII. They could remove the cross-dressing Cloud. They can remove Tifa's breasts. They can remove some dialogue in the game. They can remove where Sid and his wife gets in an argument, even though it's part of the game, you know? There's a lot that they can remove. Just because people get offended. And that's the problem. You know? I'm not saying we shouldn't be open-minded. We should. But being open-minded also includes, you know, being able to think objectively and not subjectively. Because if you think subjectively, then you're going to think everything should be to your vision, and that, you know, look, I'm going to be honest, I don't have a six-pack. You know, I'm still working on it. I'm not going to get mad at a guy who has a six-pack in a game because, I mean, I could use that energy to get myself one, you know? I'm just saying, you know, some changes are good and some changes are bad. That's just it. You know, look at the Justice League movie. You know, before I was going to give the Justice League movie a chance, but they've changed so many things now. I don't even want to see it. I'm completely disgusted. I'm completely disgusted at what they did to the Justice League movie. I'm really disgusted. You know. And why? Because I noticed those things. I noticed those changes. I know. You know, matter of fact, the money I was going to use to go see Justice League is going to pre-order Star Wars Battlefront 2. You know. And this is why the movie industry is failing, because we're trying to push an agenda instead of actually make content. We're not about making money. We're about pushing agendas now. That's what this is about. That's why we're pushed to do family-friendly content on YouTube. You know, why some TV shows are pushing political agendas all the time. Instead, we should do things for, I don't know, entertainment value, because it should be about making money. Because, well, if you make money, you could do anything you need to do or what you want to do. I mean, that's the idea of having a job in the first place, is to make money, you know, so you can live. But I think we got confused because we've been sheltered. And you know, let's be honest, most of us have raise hands if you've been sheltered as a kid. Raise hands. I want to see some raising hands if you've been sheltered as a kid. If you never got the experience of the world because your parents told you the world's evil. Or everything's just wrong because it don't fit in the vision of what they think is perfect. That's why I said this is gonna be a controversial stream, because I can do it now since I'm no longer on YouTube jail and I'm no longer on Twitch jail. You know. I'm just thinking some changes are good and some changes are bad. The only changes that are positive about the remake, because I've talked about the negative, let's talk about the positive. I like the voice acting. I like the fully Unreal Engine CGI models a lot better. As a matter of fact, it's like a combination of Advent Children Cloud and this cloud. So they did right when they did that. And voice actors, I mean, let's be honest, every game's gonna have voice acting. Every new video game's gonna have voice acting. You cannot run away from video games unless it's like an indie game, and only if it's an indie game. But, and you know, Final Fantasy VII is gonna be so big. The remake's gonna be so big. People are gonna notice the smallest things. But I think the big changes that need to be changed, such as graphical changes, voice acting, fully highly CG rendered city that made the evolution, the perfect evolution from polygon models, is what we needed. It's what we needed, you know. But I do need to drink this monster because I do have to pick up Taylor from work today, so I gotta do that tonight. So I'm gonna keep streaming until it's time. Just because I think it's good to talk about this. We need to get it out in the open. What do you think that they need to change, and what do you think they shouldn't change? That's what I want to know. And not only that, they're also probably going to be politically correct on the Kingdom Hearts 3 game, so unless we say something. I think political correctness is good when it's part of the story. That's what I'm saying. It's good to be political correct when it's part of the story, when it's already established, when the characters are established to be this way because it is that way. When you change things to mold a vision that's not what it's intended to be, kind of ruins art. If you go put emo hair on a Mona Lisa picture, it's not going to be Mona Lisa. It's going to be emo Lisa. If you put emo hair, if you put an afro on the Mona Lisa picture, it's not Mona Lisa. Because the original Mona Lisa work was what it is. It's Mona Lisa. That's it. You know. That's why I think it's important to be careful what you change and be careful with your adaptation. You know, I mean, look at Final Fantasy 15. I love Final Fantasy 15, but let's just be realistic. It didn't end up being blowing away our expectations of what a game should be. It didn't blow our expectations up because Tabata kept changing the lore. Matter of fact, Tabata changed the lore way too many times. The Piteous Ruin's no longer canon anymore. It's no longer canon. Even though it's in the game, it's no longer canon. You know? It's no longer canon. Tabitha said in an interview that Chapter 12 took that story out. It's no longer canon. So if you go mention the Pitiless Ruins, they're going to say it's not canon anymore now because Tabitha said it wasn't. You know, and see, that's what I'm saying, you know. That's why 15 didn't end up blowing our expectations out. That's why I'm going to be kind of critical and harsh on the Final Fantasy VII Remake, because the Final Fantasy VII Remake and Kingdom Hearts 3 are the only two games we got to actually depend on. I would say Dissidia, but, you know, not everybody plays Dissidia. You know, not everybody plays Dissidia. You know, not everybody plays the Dissidia games as much as I do. So we're dependent on Kingdom Hearts 3 and the Final Fantasy VII Remake. We're dependent upon those two games. You know, we're dependent on those two games to get us Final Fantasy fans. To get our fan base back. We're dependent upon those two games. Those are the only two games I have hope in. I have hope in Kingdom Hearts 3 and the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Because 15 didn't blow my expectations away as much as I played it. And I'm going to always play Final Fantasy games even if it isn't as good because, well, I based my channel around it, so... But I'm depending upon the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I'm depending upon Kingdom Hearts 3. Those are the only two games we got that's actually gonna get somewhere. It's the only two games that we can depend on. We're gonna gamble. I'm gonna gamble all my hopes and dreams on Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy VII Remake. You know, since Tabitha screwed up and wasn't able to make a proper game. Due to wanting to microtransaction people and make people pay out of their wallet for episodes. And because he wanted to push Assassin's Creed with a Final Fantasy game, which don't make sense. They're two different games. You know? That'd be like putting Mario in Call of Duty. If you put Mario in Call of Duty, it's not going to be the same thing. I'm sorry. It's not going to be the same thing. You're taking two entirely different franchises and trying to make it make sense when it doesn't. That's why crossover fanfiction never makes sense. And I'm sorry, but it never does. Crossover fanfiction never makes any sense because it never does. You know? I mean, look at the game Mortal Kombat vs. DC. I mean, let's be quite honest. That was garbage. Because they try to make a story that never made any sense. Never. That's why I didn't think the Assassin's Creed crossover with 15 was good. The only thing I liked about that DLC was they brought back Loki as a main villain. So we got to know more about Loki, but... You know, now I don't know if it's canon or not, though. I don't know if it's, if anyone could tell me in the comments if the Assassin's Festival is canon or not, because I know the Pitiless Ruins isn't, which was already established in the game, you know. But I'm dependent upon Kingdom Hearts 3, and I'm dependent upon the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm dependent on those two games to bring us back, man. You know, to take us out of the L zone. We Final Fantasy fans took too many L's as it is. We took too many L's as it is. We took too many L's as it is. You know? And it's about time we get out of the L zone. It's about time we get out of the L zone. The Archfiends of Chaos, the Final Fantasy Peasanters, that's what I'm going to call them. You know, everybody. The Dean Weisses, the M Happy fan base. We took so many L's for a couple of years. It's time for Tetsuya Nomura to deliver us out of that. It's time for Tetsuya Nomura to step up to the plate and take us out of the L zone. We take too many L's as it is. It's time to get us out of that zone. It's time for us to evolve. And that's why the remake and Kingdom Hearts 3 are important games. And that's why I don't want things to be changed.
What up, bud?
What's up? You know, I just want a good CGI remaster for the with voice acting and the remake of Final Fantasy VII. For Kingdom Hearts 3, I just want Kingdom Hearts 3 to just be Kingdom Hearts 3, nothing else. It don't have to be anything else. You know, I just want things to work out the way it should. I want to be out of the L zone. We fans are tired of taking L's. You know, Tetsuya Nomura needs to take control back. Tabata does not know what he's doing. He's not the best director. Except for Type 0 and Crisis Core. When it comes to Type 0 and Crisis Core, those are his best games. You know. But not to say I'm not hyped for Episode Ignis, because I am, because it's actually plot related. You know. But I feel like it should have been in the game already. But that's how microtransactions work. You pay a nominal fee for a story that's crucial to the plot. You know. When Final Fantasy is about the journey, it's about learning the characters. It's about learning the story. You know. Not no fucking paycheck or nominal fee. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes that shit. Nobody wants to pay a nominal fee for extra story that should have been there. I'm surprised Black Bond never made a video about me. Because I could picture him saying stuff like, I'm a corporate slave when I'm not. I think objectively. 15 could have been better. It could have been better without having to be charged a nominal fee for every little thing. Nobody wants to be charged a nominal fee. Nobody likes that shit. And not because I'm broke. Because I believe in what's right. I believe a full story should be included with the $60 price tag. You know. And then if you want to add extra and charge that, then okay. You know. I know about gaming. I've been gaming for years. I've been gaming since I was 4 years old. Back in the NES days with Street Fighter, Super Mario, Donkey Kong Country, Zelda Link to the Past, Mortal Kombat. The first one. I've been gaming since I was 4 years old. I think political correctness is pushed too far on the gaming industry. I think, microtransactions been, toxic to the gaming community. But that's because I think objectively. Now, I know there's going to be people who say, well, get yourself a good PC and get Steam. Yeah, where's my $1,000 for a good PC, good gaming PC? Where's my money? I don't even think I remember anyone donating anything in my chats lately, come to think of it. Let alone, not enough to get me, a gaming PC. But they'll still do microtransactions. They'll still mess. They'll still mess you over the microtransactions though. Be prepared to pay a nominal fee for just everything. Just even looking at something will be a nominal fee. Welcome to the world of DLC and political correctness ruining games today. Oh yay, I gained a limit break. I've gained a limit break, yes. Clemzard. What time is it? Does anyone... Oh, thank you, Candace. I just saw your host. Thank you. I didn't know you were hosting me. Thank you. Thank you for the host. Thank you for the host. I didn't even see it.
It is 711 here. Ingrid.
Let me go look. I'll probably have to get off the chat right now. And 9:12. We're still good on time. We're still good on time.
That means it is 911 for you.
Yep. Damn, I actually jumped up to a lot of levels. That's okay, I kind of want to unlock both Eris's and Tifa's limit breaks anyways. So this is actually perfect, I played this. But I wanted to talk about political correctness ruining Final Fantasy VII Remake. Of course, I can't say it is because they haven't put it in there. But we could talk about the potential damage. Of course, at the same time, it's just as bad as microtransactions, you know. Which I hope...
I like hearing your opinions on video games.
That's good. You know. Yeah, I think those are the two things that hurt gaming the most, to be quite honest, is political correctness and microtransactions. Those are the two biggest things that can hurt a video game. I think Final Fantasy 15 would have got Game of the Year if Tabata didn't cut out the story, full story, just to sell some pieces of it for $5 a piece. You know. I mean, I still buy it because I'm a Final Fantasy channel. But I do think it's kind of ridiculous at some point, because then you're going to end up like spending up to $100 at the end of the year.
It is confirmed that there are loot boxes in the FF7 remake.
Oh boy.
I just did a big emoji pile of poo.
Oh boy, loot boxes already? They're gonna put loot box? Oh lord. That's bad too. Man, come on. No, they can't, come on, man. I mean, I hope you can at least earn the loot boxes. I don't feel like paying a nominal fee. The only time I'll pay a nominal fee is for a costume, you know, something that makes me look good, or, you know, for something that, you know, people would actually normally buy. People don't want to buy loot boxes with random gear for $5. I don't, you know, I hope you can earn the loot boxes. I mean, sure, it'll take me a long time because I don't do that. Look, I don't do that play-to-win bullcrap. I don't do that pay-to-win bullcrap. I think pay-to-win is kind of stupid. But that's just me. You know, I would rather earn my stuff. But I think the gaming industry has changed a whole lot. but not in the direction that's good. We're getting to 35, man. I might get to level 90 before the game ends. Of course, I want to keep Eris around because I actually want to unlock her final limit break. Because that's the only thing I've never done in Final Fantasy VII, ever, was unlock Eris's limit break. I've done everything else besides beat Ruby Weapon and unlock Eris's final limit break. Everything else I've done. Alright, let's see. Let's see if we get these levels grinded up before it becomes 10 o'clock. Because I have to head out at 10 o'clock, so I'm going to do as much as we can, level up. But Final Fantasy VII is not supposed to be politically correct. It's just not. It's not intended for it. It's not intended for that purpose. The game actually put things in there that could make people potentially uncomfortable because it wasn't afraid of being what it is. You know. I think 7. Okay, I'm gonna guess 7, 10, 15.
I gotta make some cookies.
13.
Have a good night, bud.
You too. I'm gonna finish what I can finish, then I'm gonna have to get ready to go because I have to pick Taylor from work, so I'm gonna get as much as I can, you know, grinding wise. But I think like 10, 15, 13, type 0, 7, 6, even some parts of 8 had things in there that could make people potentially uncomfortable based off the fact that they weren't afraid to go out there. I mean, in 8, they had Renoa being possessed by Ultimecia, and it was really creepy. Like, Renoa's head contorted and stuff like that. She was completely contorted by Ultimecia and was talking in tongues and shit in Final Fantasy VIII. It's like, you know... Now, I know I should be talking about 8 because 8's not getting the remake now, but it can. If 7 does well, 8's most likely going to get a remake, and so is 9. You know... Let's get Titan out of here. I want to use Titan now. I don't think I use Titan at all in any of my... Damn! I don't see how that should miss. The dude just left the whole entire platform ground. That should have never missed. But I know that these turn-based RPGs are just like playing Pokemon. It don't matter how big attack is, it can be dodged. Though when I did play Pokemon Red when I was younger, I was able to get a Charizard before going to Cerulean City. Just because I kept grinding. I was a smart kid and just kept grinding. You know, I just grind the hell out of my Charmeleon in that game. Ooh, I can cast Death now. Let me see if that works. Ooh, look at that! Oh, my Death spell works. Would you take a look at that? Probably got to... Alright, we're gonna be using death now. You're done. Oh, well, it's a hit and miss attack. HP plus, yeah! Okay, the HP plus is working. Okay, I'm gonna keep saving. I know I gotta quit doing this at some point, but I'm gonna keep saving just so when I do have to quit, I'll have my levels, my prestige, and stuff like that. My prestige is very important to me. You know, if I was playing Final Fantasy XIV, I pretty much would be doing nothing but grinding just because my prestige is very important to me. Ranking is a lot to me. You know, I could have just done that. Okay. Bolt 2. I can't believe I got that, man. Oh, man, that's cool. I actually get the power of death. Okay. It's very funny because Eris is about healing. She's a healer. You know. You know, it'd be a good death battle, actually. I know it sounds crazy, but Eris versus Mercy from Overwatch. Since they're both healers. That'd be a good death battle. I mean, I did an Alucard versus Vincent Valentine for Halloween. You know, I should make that one of my next videos. Mercy versus Eris. And I'm meaning the Overwatch one. I'll try not to be biased this time. Shit, I said that the last time. I think I'll make this a vote thing. Vote with, you know, I don't know why I'm gonna make this because this is gonna be a hard video. I look at the time. Alright, we're good. Shit. I'm probably gonna have to quit on the chat thing and charge up my phone, so I'm gonna do that right now. So you probably not gonna probably not gonna be able to see your chat. So I'm gonna trust that you don't say nothing too crazy. Well, you'll get your ass banned if you do, so it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. Did I even get Tifa's other limit break? I'm gonna see if I got Tifa's other limit breaks. No I don't. Damn. I guess I gotta use my limit break so many times to use it. I'm gonna get as much as I can done though. If I can get as much done before 10 o'clock, I'll be good. That way I kill some time. We just keep using death. I know it's a hit and miss attack, but I think if I get so many kills with Eris, she should get her next limit break. Then I just use Beneath the Earth limit break. I think I might do more streams. Okay.
Yo turf butt.
What's up? I'm still here. I don't have to go until 10, so I'm good. So I'm just gonna be doing the rest of the stream, just leveling up and talking to my viewers. But who here votes if who here votes if I should do a death battle between Eris and Mercy from Overwatch? I just thought about that.
Oh yeah, but you should do that.
Alright, well, let's go be done. Maybe not right now, but it will be done. I do have to go to work tomorrow, so I can't get that done tomorrow. I'm hoping if I can get off earlier. Maybe I can make an excuse and say I'm sick. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm a good worker. I have a good work ethic. I have to do what I have to do. Watch me still tighten it. How is that not hit? The dude just threw a whole piece of floor at you. You didn't even move or dodge. How does that not hit? Okay, enemy skill, Trine. Eris use death. Since now I got the death spell working. Damn! Alright. I think we're at least a good enough level to go face Demon Wall. I think we're good enough level to go face, and let's go ahead and save. Alright, let's go face the Demon Wall now. I'm gonna see if this works. That'd be cool if it did. I mean, I hope. Please work. Please work. Oh, he's unaffected by that. He's not undead, so I can't use Phoenix Down to do OTK. Gotcha. I might be gone when you're here. So let's.
I hope Tifa always have big boobies.
She should. I think she should keep the breast size. Because that's what, you know, that's what her character looks like. That's what her character looks like, you know? It's iconic. Of course. You don't spam that shit. Alright, fine. Limit break it is. I don't have a Phoenix down. I thought I had a Phoenix down. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna have to get a remedy. Get it to Cloud right now. Oh man, that was close. Woo! Alright. Woo! We defeated Demon Wall! Yeah! That was hard! Woo! Alright. Get out of here now. Not look back at this crappy place anymore. What time is it now? 38. Alright. Yeah, the Temple of Ancients get wiped out. Bam. Uh-oh.
Hey.
What's up?
Hey.
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 What's up? I can't look at my phone because I'm charging the phone right now because I gotta go pick up Teeler a little bit later. And collect my money, so my gas money.
Dang, picking up Tyler from work.
Yeah.
Your phone is now fully charged. This is an automated message.
Actually, I know if my phone's fully charged, to be quite honest. That's why I'm charging it right now while I'm streaming.
LOL.
Okay, Cloud, it's time to stop. Get out of the wake up. Yeah, Sephiroth just possessed Cloud.
ROFL.
Alright, we're just gonna keep speed up the thing because, you know, it's almost getting to 10 and I'm gonna have to close the stream very soon, so. Yeah, I can't wait for the remake though.
Vincent, do you use words like LOL or laughing in the real world?
I don't think you should, but to each their own. I don't think you should though.
Hey, sit. I see you spent that money I gave you.
What? Oh, it's Vinny King.
Due to
Okay.
simp Vinny, emoji pouting face.
Well, you gave her money. Well, you think she wasn't gonna spend that? If you give someone money, they're gonna spend that money. Maybe you might want to hold on to your belongings. Just saying. I'm gonna put Vincent back in the party now. Since
I mean, she said she wasn't going to spend it all at once.
Yeah, but you gave her the money, bro. You gave her the money, man.
Vinny, you need to stop simping so much.
Or at least don't complain if she spent all the money. It's like you give someone money, they're gonna spend it. It's gonna happen. Alright, let's get to the title screens. And did I save? Yeah, I did save, didn't I? I'll make sure I saved again. I'm gonna make sure I save one more time. Alright, I'm gonna show you a special movie now. While I'm still on stream, I'm gonna show you a special movie. Since you guys been good, no, you know, no toxicity and no trolling, I'm gonna go ahead and
I
show
can't
you.
help it, but she is worth it. She
Alright.
bought $1,000 worth of gift cards.
We don't get mad that she spends it.
Long ago, we looked upon a foreboding sky.
The remake trailer.
The memory of
The first
star
remake
that
trailer.
threatened all burns eternal in our hearts. In its wake came an age of silence. Yet with each fond remembrance, we knew those encountered were not forgotten. That someday we would see them again. Perhaps it was no more than wishful thinking.
This is the first remake trailer. And this is legal to stream. You can actually legally
But
stream
after
this
the long
because it
calm,
comes with the
there are
game.
now the beginnings of a stir.
Like the
The reunion at hand may bring joy. It may bring fear. But let us embrace whatever it brings.
Wow, that's crazy.
yeah, it comes
For
with the
they
PC
are
version.
coming back.
You get on PS4.
At last, the promise has been made.
King of the Night 57, check out this link. I can't believe she did it URL.
I already seen the second trailer, but that's the first remake trailer. May the crystal be with you guys. I gotta get ready right now.